Well, thanks again for checking out our questions and answers. With me is Rosalie Escobedo,
Hello.
and I'm Don Dickerman. We get so many questions about deliverance, and to me and anyone that's been involved with deliverance for a while, they seem like simple questions,
Mm-hmm.
but there's not a whole lot of information coming from pulpits and classrooms about deliverance. So virtually people are pretty much ignorant about the subject, but shouldn't be
Sure.
because it's mentioned all through the New Testament.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and in the book of Revelation, we see how active demons are.
Mm-hmm.
But what question
Sure.
stands out with you?
I feel like one that we get a lot is trauma an access point or entryway for evil spirits?
The simple answer is yes,
Mm-hmm.
big time yes.
Yeah.
Uh, all kinds of trauma. I want to say something about that. There's a demon mentioned in the book of Revelation, a demon named Apollyon
Mm-hmm.
and Abaddon, depending on which Greek or Hebrew, but he's called the king of the bottomless pit.
Well.
And what I have found over the years in ministering to people, he's the king of fear.
Mm-hmm.
If fear is present in any form, he's going to be there. Uh, Stress, depression, hopelessness, suicide, all those fear related things,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be Apollyon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he comes in often through trauma, and it can be trauma in the ancestry. Uh, I got a request today from a lady that said her ancestry was very active in the KKK.
Well.
And she said there were some bad things that went on in my ancestry. And there was a lot of trauma. There was murder in her ancestry, wars in her ancestry. And we see also uh, pledges and oaths and vows
Right.
to fraternal organizations as being doorways. But any kind of trauma, you just know if a trauma took place, a demon took advantage.
Well.
And one of the common things is I don't know if it's more common than others or not, but I had a lady that came through deliverance. I'm reading her application, and I'm thinking, no, that couldn't have happened to
Wow.
her. Uh, well, her story was uh, her dad was a drug addict. She was born a drug addict. Her mom divorced her dad after 2 or 3 years and married a pedophile.
Mm.
She was abused sexually from the age of 4,
Um,
already a drug addict. And in the deliverance session, I asked her, I said, where did you go to high school? She said, oh, I never made it to high school.
mm.
Um, I was so addicted to substance. I dropped out of junior high, and I began to hang around with other kids that were in that same category. And she said during that period of 12, 13 years old, now she's 35, she said, I've been raped 5 times. I've had 6 abortions. Uh, I haven't dated a man in 10 years. I've lost respect for men,
Mm-hmm.
and said I had a lesbian affair for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Said I hated that. The girl beat me up and threatened me if I tried to get out of it, and it just went on and on with trauma. Every step she took in her life, there was trauma, and I I can't relate to that in that I ever
Right.
experienced anything like that, but that's heartbreaking. Well, with each trauma, the victim became the more of a victim.
Mm.
Demons coming in and tormenting her with shame and guilt and all the things they do. They're tormentors. But trauma is a huge doorway.
Right.
And the number of children that have experienced trauma, my mom and dad got divorced when I was 3, and I had to go live with one or the other, and that's traumatic. But it's so common today. In the black neighborhoods, the black families, the the father image is gone, and the kids grow up with whatever they see on the streets, and we see many from that background. Had one the other day, came from Washington D.C., and he was in a gang, had been a part of a gang. He said, "Don, I've been shot 17 times,
Wow.
but I'm still alive." And I got saved after that, but I'm full of demons. I know I am,
Yeah.
and it was.
Yeah.
But those are traumas I can't relate to. I think I got shot with a dart gun once, but that's about it. Well, the simple answer is trauma is definitely a
Right.
doorway for demons.